It's me again. Welcome to my channel. I'm sorry for being MIA. It's due to some circumstances that were beyond my control. But trust me, I'm back stronger and better. So let's get straight right into it. So today I'll be talking about parental pressure and its effects on a child's mental health. But before I continue, I would like to give you guys the backstory. I came across two devastating stories on social media about suicide. And as we know that last month was the Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, so it's very important we have this conversation. And it's also directly linked to my previous video you could check, which is about developing a good relationship with your child as parents. And of course, when I'm talking about parents, I'm talking about godmothers, godfathers, I'm talking about sisters, aunts, uncles. If you just play a very vital role in providing care for someone you love, for a child, then you're a parent. My bad. Before I give you guys the backstory, I would like to say to my new subscribers, thank you so much for stopping by. This is your one-stop shop for anything mental health. And of course, this channel is all about promoting the SDG 3, which is good health and well-being. So thank you for stopping by. And for my returnees, thank you for coming again and again. And thank you for supporting me and sticking by me. I really see all of your comments. I see your likes. I see your shares. I feel the love. It's so heartwarming. Thank you. So now to the story. So back to my story. The first story is about an 11-year-old child that committed suicide because of parental pressure relating to academic performance. Guys, an 11-year-old child committed suicide. It's so devastating. Second one is about two siblings that also committed suicide because they lost their parent money and they were so scared to confront the parent or open up to the parent that, Mom, we lost your money, and they killed themselves because of fear of parental pressure or discipline. So I'm going to talk about the signs to watch or to observe that shows that this child is under some form of parental pressure. And I'm also going to talk about what to do when you observe one or more of these signs. So stick with me. So the first sign is when a child has increased anxiety and stress. The child becomes overly anxious about things that this child was not so anxious about before. Or when the child has this huge fear of disappointing parents. Also, when a child's self-esteem has dropped or reduced, it could also be a sign showing that this child is under some form of pressure. It could even be from school. It could be from several other places this child has connection with, not even just parents. Another very important sign to observe is when a child has lost interest in previously enjoyable activities. I'll give you examples. So for example, your child likes to play football or likes to watch a particular TV show, and all of a sudden this child is no longer interested in watching these shows or is no longer interested in playing football, then that's a call to action that something could be wrong with this child. Another one is also behavioral changes, which could be maybe a child just become rebellious, and on a norm this child is not a rebellious child. It could also be a child isolating themselves from friends, from even the parent. They are trying to avoid having conversations or anything to do with the parent because they are scared of what the parent might say or do to them. You need to also pay attention to these little signs. Or the child is becoming highly irritable or having mood swings for no reason or unusually grumpy. These are some of behavioral changes you need to observe. It could also be a child trying to overwork themselves, to probably prove themselves to their parents, to their teachers, or to their peers. It could also result to like an unhealthy habit for this child. And it can place a very huge strain physically and emotionally on a child. The child can start to study excessively than usual. You need to pay attention to this, because in everything we need to ensure that this child is balanced. A little time to study, a little time to play. Remember, they are still children. They are not adults. So they need to not lose their childhood because of parental pressure or pressure from anywhere else. The child could also have some psychosomatic illnesses, such as stomach pain, and you take this child to the hospital, you realize that the doctor says nothing is wrong with this child. This could be as a result of some emotional strain or as a result of some pressure this child has been facing lately. Having said all these signs, what do we need to do as parents to ensure we don't push our child to the extent that they become suicidal, or there are even suicidal ideation in their mind, or they are so scared, or they keep internalizing all of these problems or all of these, situations, and they don't express it to anyone? How do we make them, express these emotions to us, and how do we undo this pressure from school, from parents, and from the society even in general? First point, please never compare one child with another. Remember that every child is unique in their own way. Every child has his own strengths and weaknesses. Every child has their own abilities. Every child has what they really love to do and what they least enjoy. So we need to understand our children as unique beings. Never compare one child with another. I've seen instances where a parent is telling this child, "Oh, can't you see child A? She's topping the class. She has A in math. She can speak 5 languages." Every child is very, very unique. Instead, focus on your child and look for your child's strengths and focus on that aspect, and it will develop into something amazing. Remember, we are all not engineers. We are all not doctors. Some of us are artists. Some of us are musicians. Some of us are dancers. Some of us are footballers. Some of us are engineers. There are a lot of things we can be. So focus on your child's interests and never compare your child with another child. You also need to have a growth mindset when you're dealing with your kids. Teach them that effort really matters than perfection. Let them see that it's not really about them being perfect, but about their attitude towards what you want them to achieve. Praise them for little effort they put into getting things done. It could be in any aspect. It could be in academics. It could be in house chores. It could be in, different things. Praise them for little effort that they put together towards achieving what you want them to do. And let them know it's not about perfection. It's about consistency and being persistent in whatever they are doing. Thirdly, let them embrace failure as a learning opportunity. Encourage children to see failure as a chance to grow, not something to be ashamed of. Let them also understand that failure is normal. We've all failed at one point or the other. Give them instances of when you failed and how you were able to improve and get better despite the failure. Tell them failure is not the end of the world. It's just very normal. Give them examples of top scientists that have tried to achieve something multiple times and they keep failing, but eventually they succeeded at it. Encourage them despite the failures that they experience. Fourthly, set realistic expectations. Remember, I said earlier, every child has his own strengths and weakness. Every child is unique. No two child is the same. Even if you put a twin child together, they have differences. They are never completely the same. So tailor your expectations to fit into their capabilities and personal interests. It's that easy. Also, ensure that there's a balance. Remember, they are just children. Remember, when it's time for them to relax, let them relax. When it's time for them to have fun, let them have fun. When it's time for them to play, let them play. There should be a balance in everything they are doing to ensure that this, signs we mentioned earlier are being averted and our children are not thinking of suicide. Fifthly, encourage open communication. Create a safe space whereby your child can feel comfortable to talk about their challenges, their fears, their anxieties without any fear of judgment. Be an active listener. Don't judge them when they are expressing certain things to you. When they are expressing their fears, their incapabilities, listen to them and see how you can provide support for this child. Validate their feelings and their emotions. It's quite important. These are some of the ways to encourage open communications with your child. So when your child is internalizing some problems, the child can open up to you and can say, "Mom, I feel this way, I feel that way," and you can guide this child and it doesn't lead to more problems like suicide. Also, be present emotionally and be attentive to your children. Provide support where where they need. Lastly, celebrate small wins and progress. Note, not just progress relating to academic success. Celebrate any little effort this child is putting to become a better individual. For example, maybe your child is beginning to share toys with siblings or with friends. Appreciate that child. Celebrate wins. Give stars. You could, come up with a star calendar and, put up stars. Let the child even put up the stars on the calendar by themselves. It's also like a reminder of, okay, I'm rewarding myself for this behavior. I'm rewarding myself for this behavior. Do not wait for a major accomplishment to celebrate your child's little effort they are putting to ensure they get better at something or they become a well-grounded child as you would expect. I know parenting is quite difficult. I know it's not easy. I know there's no straight formula to apply to get it right. But please, by listening to some of my videos, by paying attention to your child, by being present in their lives, can really go a long way to observe any signs or any changes and to now find a solution to it. By the way, I bring you guys evidence-based facts. Hi guys, happy new month. It's not too late to wish you a happy new month, right? Today we're going to be saying our affirmations for the new month. So please say after me. This new month, I am worthy of peace and calm. I release any negative energy and welcome positivity. I deserve moments of joy, no matter how small. I will set healthy boundaries to protect my peace. This new month, I give myself permission to slow down and breathe. Yes or yes? Yes. Thank you so much for staying till this time. Till I come your way again. Stay cool, stay fine, and remember, there is no health without mental health. Yours truly. You're welcome.